Today my party fought a big bad evil guy, and easily took him down. The main reason was our debuff spells. As a level 4 druid with Fey Touched, I was able to cast Hold Person, Entangle, and Sleep. The DM got tired of that, and removed any spell of the sort. I understand that these spells can break fights, but was this a reasonable consensus? I feel like those were a big part of my kit. I want to add that I had fun with him as a DM. It's just a few of his balancing decisions that I'm questioning. A druid who can't entangle might as well be a ranger with a stick instead of a bow. And I can't help but notice the only spells he did remove were the ones that can circumvent encounters or control crowds. Not every encounter is supposed to be a fight. I imagine The Hobbit would have ended a lot faster if Bilbo couldn't avoid fights.
I did not come to steal from you. O Smaug, the unaccessibly wealthy. I merely wanted to gaze upon your magnificence.
My name is Jacob Crowe, and welcome to the Crowe's Perch. Today's story is about a pay-to-play game surrounding a game of Star Wars, based in the Old Republic. To anyone under the age of 20, the Old Republic is a setting made by the people who made Dragon Age Inquisition, the game you constantly posted fanfic about in 2014 on your Tumblr page. Solus is bald and stupid and no one can change my mind. Anyway, the people who made it, Bioware, used to make good games before Mass Effect Andromeda came out and ruined everything.
Sorry, my face is tired.
My face is tired. My face is tired.
One of these games was the wonderful Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, which takes place hundreds of years before the movies, in an age where the Sith and Jedi were massive groups that had substantial control over the politics of the two warring nations of the Empire and the Republic. After the success of that game, the setting itself really kicked off afterwards, spawning a sequel, an MMO, and even a line of comics. There is also supposed to be a movie based in the setting as well. But after the rise of Skywalker, we'll see how it goes. With that little history lesson out of the way, and with that last bite into your avocado toast, let's gather up a murder and dive right into this story. Preface: I play in a Discord server that is run by a DM who hosts pay-to-play games. He's an excellent DM. He lets you get away with a lot, and can be super fun. He is pretty tolerant to bullshit, and tries his best to be accommodating. He has one major rule though: no PvP between players, unless it was for a very specific and story-driven reason. That's pretty fair. Our campaign that my group was a part of was starting to wrap up. So DM told all of us that he was going to run a Knights of the Old Republic game, and was asking if anyone was interested. I told him I'm open to play, and he made a Discord channel, and began to recruit people into the game. After a few weeks, he found 5 others, invited them to the Discord channel for our introductions. Everyone was super cool. We exchanged ideas we had for characters and such. I settled on a tech specialist who focused on droids. Another player then came up with an idea that my character actually made him. So it was a fun concept. However, we had one player in the group that introduced themselves with their pronouns, they, them. Let's call this player K, so it won't be too confusing. Nobody cared, we are pretty chill people, so we respected that. Little did we know this would be writing on the wall. So, Session 0 came. The DM said that I had a ship from my military days, and while landing on a planet, get contacted by a senator to investigate a military post who has gone silent. I recruit all the players at a nearby bar, and we head on our way. Now, Kay was playing a female Grey Jedi. We all thought this was a pretty cool concept. This will come into play later. While flying to our destination, Kay used our small ship's intercom system to call an all-hands-on-deck meeting. Weird. Alright. I guess Kay might have discovered something with her weird Jedi powers. When we got there, Kay began saying how we need to follow her command, and that my character's ship wasn't that great. I'm a pretty heavy role player, so I got into character and told Kay that this is my ship, I'm the captain of it. This is my contract that I hired everyone for, and I need them to follow me for the time being. Everyone agreed to this kind of start at the beginning. The plan was that after this contract, we can all become a cohesive group and such, yada yada yada. Kay didn't like this much, but bit their tongue. The DM stated that we all agreed on this campaign start, and we should move on with it. After a bit of roleplay, getting to know each other's characters, Kay left us at the table talking to one another. Kay then started to fiddle around with the ship. The DM sensed the road this was going to go down. He warned Kay that my character would not like her doing that. Kay proceeded to do it anyways, and my character found out. In character, I started yelling at Kay for touching my ship like that. She isn't the captain of the ship, and she needs to know her place. Kay did nothing, and bit their tongue again. At this point, we landed on the planet we needed to, and we began searching for information. Kay and another character decided to check out the hospital to see if any wounded soldiers turned up. Me, the droid, and another character decided to check out the local bar for rumors. At the hospital, Kay tried asking the hospital nurse questions. Understandably, the nurse was more like, "Who the hell are you?" Kay then began grandstanding about being a Jedi. The nurse seemed unimpressed, because we were way outside the Republic's sphere of influence in the outer worlds. Kay threw a fit and started talking to the DM on what she wanted to do. The DM rolled with it, and Kay's plan ended up backfiring. As the DM was switching to our party, Kay tried to do more stuff at the hospital. The DM then told Kay that they had their moment in the spotlight, and he would get back to Kay after the bar. Session ended there. At this point, I actually had to go on hiatus from the game because of my internship. The DM reserved my slot, however, and kept me in the Discord chat as a player. He also kept the character around as an NPC. This is where the real fun begins. And now, the misadventures of Kay. First session after I'm gone, Kay and the group got a cab to a seedy part of town. After the driver stopped and told them that he didn't want to go any further, Kay proceeded to force lightning him for being a coward. This pissed off everyone in the group, because all of the characters were good. I was seeing the aftermath of every session in the Discord chat, but never intervening. All of the players told Kay out of character that they would turn on her if she did that again. A few sessions later, Kay apparently tried to hold a coup against my character, kill him, and assume the role as captain. Look, I don't know anything about Grey Jedi, but to Kay it seems like being a Grey Jedi is the equivalent to playing chaotic neutral. You know the type. The character archetype of,
I'm so random, but also...
I murder everyone that looks at me the wrong way. Fuck you!
In either case, they're stepping way out of line, and they seem to only want to be in the position of captain just to take control of the narrative, as opposed to actually taking a position of leadership, where you have to work with your party instead of working against them like it seems like they're doing. Anyway, on with the story. The DM told her that this isn't how this works, and told Kay that PvP is strictly forbidden in his games. Another week passes, and Kay starts talking to Discord about turning the ship rainbow. When the others had asked what Kay had meant, Kay said that they wanted to literally paint the ship we had a rainbow to support LGBTQ rights. Everyone did a collective, "What?" in the chat. Kay explained that their character was gay, and wanted to turn the ship rainbow to support other gay Jedi and the like. This was shot down by the DM, and especially the players. The DM explained that this is Star Wars. We are playing a space fantasy game with space wizards. He tells her that he personally does not care about that kind of thing, but that it has no place in a tabletop game. Kay starts to throw another fit, and says how their character is going to seek out the Sith, because the Jedi are LGBT plus haters, and that the Sith were more openly accepting of LGBT plus people. I should mention at this point that Kay felt like they knew everything about Star Wars lore, trying to correct the DM on lore and locations, and even other players. Every detail was criticized and corrected. Another player pointed out that nothing in the lore referenced LGBT+. After one more session, the DM finally had enough and kicked Kay from the game. I was going to let this slide in the last paragraph, but this one kinda gets me. The statement that nothing in the lore referenced LGBT+, this is actually incorrect. In fact, even in the game they're playing, in the Old Republic, Bioware had an openly gay character, Juhani, who was even available as an optional romance if you played as a female character and pursued her. As far as I've seen in the canon, it's kind of a non-issue. Sexuality in Star Wars is treated as pretty much open. People just do their thing and it's seen as normal. I'm not saying Kay didn't make mistakes when choosing how to portray this. Jedi generally aren't supposed to form attachments, so there were definitely better ways to do this, maybe even a secret lover. Preferably one that didn't have a problem with sand. It's just so coarse and rough and gets everywhere. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about today's story. I'm more upset that Kay wanted to take over as group leader and tried to even seize the ship. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. As for our Art of the Week this week, Neverturnix had finished their rendition of the glorious Burb Kithmet. There shall be a premiere of the Dice Goblins one-shot happening on July 31st, so keep your calendars at the ready, and I hope you enjoy it. Once again, a special thanks to my patron Anja, who I will have rewards for at some point. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time as the crow flies.